Hello and welcome back to the next episode of Cure Without Prescription with me, Vasudha. Yes, so what are we gonna talk about today in the Cure Without Prescription episode? Yes, we're going to talk about, you guessed it right, bad breath. Right. So, what is bad breath? Now you would be thinking, is Vasudha going to educate us even on that? Yeah, but I am. Yes. So, so bad breath is also known as halitosis, right? So, what happens? How the bad breath happens? So, basically, when you eat something, right, it goes through your oral cavity, through your mouth, through your throat. So, the entire digestion, the whole digestion cavity, it starts from your mouth till your stomach, right? And so what happens? So whatever we eat, it goes through your mouth, then from your mouth it goes finally to the stomach, and from stomach the food reaches the bloodstream, and through the bloodstream it reaches your lungs. I mean all the other body parts, including the lungs too. Yeah. So now what happens? Whatever we have eaten, right? So its odor also gets passed on in our blood finally, and from getting pumped into blood, it gets sent to our lungs, and when we breathe and as we exhale, you can actually feel the odor, the smell, or what you call the bad breath. Yeah, and you can especially feel it very poignantly, especially when you eat things like onions, garlic, or if you smoke, or maybe a fish, or a lot of other non-vegetarian foods, right? So that is how the bad breath happens, right? Now, what is the story your bad breath is telling you? Yeah, of course, it is telling you what you have eaten, right? But there are a lot of other things. It also kind of points out to a lot of other things which are happening within your body, and which perhaps are not really the indicators of a healthy body, right? So in this section I talk about healthy body. So see, the causes of bad breath are not just the obvious ones like poor oral hygiene. Of course, that is numero uno. The very first reason of bad breath is poor oral hygiene. But what else? Yeah, it can even be, let me tell you, indigestion, right? So all those gastrointestinal diseases, or sometimes infections, right? And then again, dry mouth. Yes, so too dry a mouth can also lead to bad breath. So of course, maybe you are not drinking enough water, which leads to too dry a mouth, right? So mind that. And then dirty tongue, yeah, or the dirty back of tongue. So you must have noticed, no, we often get some whitish substance get deposited on our tongue. So that can also lead to the bacterial activity rising on our tongue, and thus contributing to bad breath. Yeah. Then smoking, right, obviously. And another one, very important one, is decay in the tooth or the tooth cavity, right? So and mouth infections, right? So if you're not kind of maintaining a good oral hygiene, of course it can lead to those cavities and tooth decay and other mouth infections, right? So yeah, I'll talk about oral hygiene in the next section, which is your natural remedy section. So yes, and having blocked nose for too long, yeah, those chronic sinuses, right, sinusitis, can also contribute to your bad breath. So see, if you have a bad or a blocked nose for long time, so do see a physician when one of these things happen. And sometimes a consistent bad breath can also indicate some trouble in your liver or kidney. So if you're having a bad breath for a very long continued time, do go and check out with your dentist, right? And let's see if your oral cavity is in happy condition, then your dentist may himself or herself ask you to go visit a physician. And I have already shared in the last section that or in this section itself, like what can be the diseases you might be battling. Maybe they are still in the beginning phase or something, so go do see a physician, right? And yeah, let's talk about natural remedies, the simple remedies. What are the simple things which you can do on an everyday basis to overcome bad breath? So like I said, the very first and basic one is good oral hygiene. And what all good oral hygiene consists of? Number one, brushing twice, right? And number two, rinsing your mouth well after every meal, no matter what. Yeah. And yes, flossing. And number four, cleaning your tongue. Like I just told you, sometimes that white plaquish material substance gets deposited on your teeth and even your tongue, right? So do use a tongue cleaner and make sure you clean it till the end of your tongue, the back of your tongue, so that the bacterial activity doesn't rise in your mouth. And you know what, that can even lead to having that whitish thing constantly in your mouth, can even lead to acidity, right? Due to the rise in the bacterial activity on your tongue, right? And besides that, make sure that you go for your regular dental visits. And of course, you can use over the counter products like mouth rinse or an antiseptic mouth rinse, oral rinse, to gargle with maybe just before sleeping. And if you think it's really getting bad, then you have to manage it during the day so that the people around you are not discomforted. So do use it. And of course, there are a lot of chewing gums available these days for maintaining the oral hygiene, so of course you can get those as well. And yeah, when I talk of natural remedies, yes, I would definitely and highly recommend things like cloves, cardamom, fennel seeds, or what you call saunf, right? So these will not only freshen your breath, but they will also help better your digestion. So I recommend them highly. And last but not the least, you can also think of trying datun. Yeah, what is datun? Datun is basically a thin long stick. So you can use kikar or neem to brush your teeth, and that will not only make your teeth stronger, but will sure help you get rid of your bad breath as well. Now let's come to the most awaited section of this video, the emotional therapy. Yes, what is happening inside your heart and your world, which is indicating that something within your world is not fixed. Like I keep saying, if your inside is not fixed, your outside can't be fixed, including your bad breath. Yeah. So what is it? What is the golden ticket to happy emotions? Yeah. Okay. Now, if you are having a bad breath, then please go and check out. Are you kind of someone who gets angry very easily? Or are you seething so much with anger that you want to seek some sort of revenge with someone? Yes. So bad breath is deeply rooted in anger and feelings of having to seek revenge as well. And I'm sorry to say that on top of these both emotions, when you continue to have the experiences which back up your anger and the reasons why you want to seek and whatever you want to seek revenge for. See, I am not saying I'm not invalidating your anger, or revenge is something I'm definitely can't really validate, but I am still kind of leaving the space enough for you to figure out why is it that it is so important for you to seek the revenge from someone over something. So sometimes I think we can just set things right for us by choosing to walk away. Walking away is not kind of not facing the see, it is not equivalent to not facing the reality of life. Some of us think it means you are suggesting to not face the truth or reality of life. It's far from seeking revenge. Yeah, you can forgive people and move on from there. It is definitely your choice. You know what I feel, being in a state of anger or having the feelings of strong feelings of having to bring harm to someone, right, so is equivalent to filling your own cup of heart and soul with poison. And you know what, you don't deserve that just because someone else, yeah, did something which you know and I also believe you completely really didn't deserve. Yeah, but maybe they didn't know better. Maybe they are the evil people, right? Because I completely agree that there can be evil people in this world, right? And maybe you have really come across one. But then now these are the people who were not kind to you. These are the people who were not compassionate to you. These are the people who did not give you love in return of your love. But what are you doing to yourself? Aren't you doing the same? Yeah, when you harbor the feelings of seeking revenge, of continuing to nurture that anger within you, aren't you doing the same thing inside you by letting the poison be inside you? Because the poison you are intending to throw on others, you had to create it within you now first. So you are becoming the reservoir, the cup, the storehouse of that, right? And you are eating up your own heart. You're doing more damage to yourself than they could do, right? So I would say choose to kind of walk away, move on and forgive them, right? Yeah, that is the emotional therapy you need. And remember, yeah, forgive yourself. Yeah, don't think I'm such a bad person, I get angry so easily, or I blasted at after listening to me. Don't think like that, because that's not what I feel even remotely, right? You are a good person and you deserve all the goodness in this world, in this life, right? Just forgive yourself. You are not your past. You are not your past mistakes. We all have had shit in our life. Yeah, and we are just human, right? We are not bad people. We've just been human to have experienced those moments too. But it's time to clean up the shit which happened, right? We can't heap more shit on the shit which happened, right? So you know what, let it go. Okay, you're not your past, you're not your past mistakes, and we all have the power to transform. Choose to transform, choose the higher emotions instead of lower ones. Yeah, and you know what, you can do it if you make that one decision to choose to let your past go, but with love, not with anger and a sense of seeking revenge on anyone, right? Yeah, choose only to voice love and watch your bad breath disappearing into the air. Yeah, you don't deserve neither the bad breath nor the emotions of anger. Yeah, on that note, you better take care, and I am going to see you next time again, yeah, with healthier body and healthier emotions. Take care.